Welcome to the channel, and if you've been here before, welcome back to the channel. Today's topic for discussion is what do you do surrounding that person that that one that knows everything, that one that no matter what, you're wrong, they're right. You talk about your appendage. Well, they've got a bigger appendage. I'm sure you know where I'm coming from already, right? Anyway, if that is something you're definitely familiar with, well, stick around because I want to talk about it. There are certain types of these people too, by the way. I mean, the common denominator is the same thing. They're always right, but I guess you can't treat them all the same because some will be family, some will be extended friends, some might be just very casual acquaintances, others may be just someone you just meet. So there's certain ways to tackle it, and definitely ways that can be very effective. And really, again, this is not about just surrendering. This is about reclaiming your inner peace. There's nothing worse. I used to be that kind of guy that would take on these people and go, yeah, right, you're wrong, and then you get into an argument and it's like, it's just, it goes nowhere. It goes absolutely nowhere. And at the end of the day, the person that's always right, they can get nasty as well. I mean, I'm not saying I've ever been in a situation where I'm going to end up in a fight, but certainly hostilities have been exchanged to the point of, just whatever friendship was there is gone type thing, and it's just not worth it. So how do you handle it? Well, it's really simple. You just shut your mouth, or you just nod, so when they're talking, I'm not suggesting if it's something that's morally wrong and you don't agree with it, then that's different. I'm talking more about, like, if you're talking about, say, politics, which I don't know why you would, but anyway, you're talking about politics, and then someone jumps in and goes, no, that's not true. He said it was 47 million and 25. I mean, it doesn't matter, right? Like, it does not matter. So how do you handle it? You just go, yeah, right. Yeah, right. Okay. Right. That's it. It's really simple. And they'll keep talking. And there'll be other people that might start arguing with them or disagreeing, and just sit back, enjoy the peace. And I know, like, because a lot of people that know me would be like, well, they know that I might be thinking something else or whatever. So you'll often get that person looking at you going, help me out here. But nah, I just go, I don't know anything about it, That's it. It's as simple as that. Done. Problem's over. If it's a family member, like a cousin or I don't know, your brother-in-law, your sister-in-law, well, I guess you've just got to be a little bit more, I guess, forgiving, in that you certainly don't want to be breaking out the insults. And I guess it's the same sort of thing where you've just got to be like, oh, really? Oh, thanks for that. I didn't know that, And if they think that you well, then you just say, oh, well, yeah, I'm not sure. So whatever it is, essentially, you're just not giving into, that, little passenger on your shoulder that's going, they're wrong. Let them be right. Let them have the win. Who cares? It's just like, it doesn't matter. One thing that came to mind was, for me, was a particular person that I know. I would often sort of, I don't know, correct him, I guess you'd say, or certainly I would take great pleasure in saying he was wrong. And this person just was really toxic in that, when I say was, they still are. But I've sort of learned to handle them, and we're cool, you know, the odd fist bump, how you going, you know, and that's pretty much it. I don't even think he'd remember that I'm argumentative. It's been so long around this person, and they're only as an associate, like a friend of a friend or an associate of an associate, so I don't really care. It's not worth it. But this particular person one day came up and started talking to me about poker, and I'm like, okay, this is a subject I know quite a bit about. And he started to tell a story about how he won and how he played, and I'm like, this doesn't really add up. And I sort of corrected him on it, and he went ballistic. Like, you know, it was like, what would you know? You know, how would you know I could tear you apart? You know, and everyone's sort of going, well, he does know how to play. And he's like, well, let's you know, let's sit down and, you know, and I'll challenge you. I'm like, oh my God, it was awful. But he was still wrong. But I sort of looked at him and I'm like, you know what? Yeah, I think you probably would actually. I said, so yeah, it's cool, man. I said, don't worry about it. I said, I don't really fancy losing money, so, you know. And he immediately, I could see his demeanor. He just calmed down and he was like, cool. I don't think he even realized I was making fun of him, but because the way I said, don't worry, you'll take all my money, it was almost sarcastic, but whatever. But it worked. It's like a good way to diffuse a situation that can get out of hand. Where do you go? I mean, what's the point? Why would you want to argue with these people? I mean, I think it really gets down to your own personal sort of growth, because if you are constantly in these situations, or like I was, you know, it's time to look at yourself. Even though those people are the ones that are in the wrong, sorry. At the same time, how you handle it is everything. How you handle it is your piece. How you handle it is also another way how people perceive you. I mean, if you stopped and looked at yourself, no one wants to be that person that's arguing back with the idiot as well, because if you actually looked at yourself, you'd be like, oh God, is that me? Really? And it's probably not you. But, you know, you're probably smarter than that person. And it's just best to be humble, you know. Give them the win. You know, just give them the win. Let them have it. Let them think they're right. It really doesn't matter. Like, when all is said and done, your peace at the end of the day is the most important thing. You know, that inner calmness, that inner peace. And it really makes a difference to... it makes a difference to your health. It makes a difference to your headspace. It makes a difference to your work, your relationships. It really does, because... you know, every time you have an argument or a fight with someone, it's just like another chip, you know, another little axe wound. And, you know, we'll call it death by 1,000 cuts, but it's not good. And you don't really want to be that person. And I guess I can put my hand up and say, I've probably been that person, like, in the past. And it hasn't really served me well. So I'd really be interested to know... Does this sort of happen to you? Has this happened to you? Does it happen all the time? Do you think it's your fault? Is it them? Because if it's always them, well, maybe you need to change your company. Or if it's always them, maybe it's you. I don't know. Maybe it's me. However, I think given the peace that I experienced today compared to maybe 5-10 years ago, I'm starting to believe that it's a good thing, and it's probably hasn't been me, but it's been partially me as far as having to tweak some things within me, but you just got to let go, you know. So yes, please subscribe, please like, please comment, please give me your suggestions. Tell me if you think I'm an idiot. Tell me if you think I talk too much crap. I'll be doing these videos on my drives. It's this is not a Sunday drive, this is a midweek drive, but you know, I don't know when I'll be launching it, so I guess it's irrelevant. But you might notice the reason why I'm mentioning it is it's sort of like twilight, end of the day. a lot of my videos will probably be sort of morning sun. So anyway, enough of my nonsense. Have a great day, and yeah, I look forward to your feedback. Thanks, guys.